The most beautiful women by zodiac sign. There are women whose beauty is breathtaking. Depth in their gaze, grace in their gestures, and a secret power in their voice. It's not just a matter of appearance, it's the energy hidden at the moment of birth. Astrology knows this. Certain zodiac signs bestow upon women exceptional beauty. The kind that attracts attention, boosts self-esteem, and leaves an indelible mark on hearts. Today, we'll analyze which sign gives birth to the most beautiful women, endowed with unique energy, magnetism, and an inimitable charm. This video will help you better understand yourself or the one who captivates you. Follow us until the end. You might discover why you're so often looked at, or conversely, who you should be wary of to avoid losing your head. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the secrets others keep, and write in the comments which sign you think deserves the title of the most beautiful woman of the zodiac. Let's begin the in-depth analysis, with honesty and without illusions. The first sign is Pisces. The Pisces woman has an appearance characterized by a particular fluidity of features. They are not sharp but deep. Her face is immediately recognizable not only by the shape or color of her eyes but also by her expression. She always has slightly upturned corners of her lips, a gentle gaze, and calm breathing. She is devoid of tension. Her beauty requires neither makeup nor special angles. It is natural and perceived as holistic, vibrant, very organic. This is the case when one doesn't see the details but feels the attraction. The silhouette is often distinguished by its suppleness, softness, and lightness. Even the Pisces gait is unique. It's not a step but a movement through space as if a person were gliding. She never appears pretentious, even in the most unusual clothes. Her style is not the result of fashion trends but a reflection of her inner state. Everything suits her, for she wears clothes as if they were an extension of herself. Her hands are particularly striking, her wrists slender, her fingers graceful, and her gestures fluid. All of this gives her an almost ethereal air. The Pisces woman's voice is soft and husky. It isn't loud, but it's very distinctive. She speaks calmly and deliberately, sometimes a little slowly, but at this pace, she exudes a particular confidence. Even if she utters ordinary words, they sound like an invitation to something more. Her facial expressions are without aggression, almost always restrained. But every glance, every movement of her eyebrow, or a slight smile carries a rich emotional depth. The beauty of Pisces lies not in direct expression, but in the underlying emotion it creates. Pisces skin is often distinguished by a particular quality, smooth, light, with an inner radiance. Her makeup always appears natural. Even if it's luminous, it doesn't feel like a mask. She has an innate talent for choosing shades that enhance natural beauty. And that's where her innate sense of harmony shines through. She doesn't try to please. She simply is, and that's enough to attract attention. The secret to her beauty lies in her emotional heritage. She doesn't seek attention, but attention comes from her. You can't always explain what attracts her so much, but everyone feels that attraction. It's not sexuality, it's not a display, it's an inner warmth that radiates outwardly. The Pisces woman is the one you observe longer than usual. And even if, after a while, the words, the gestures, the events are forgotten, her face remains etched in your memory. Her beauty doesn't compel, doesn't impose, doesn't demand judgment. She simply is, and that's her strength. The second sign is Leo. The Leo woman is a woman of undeniable presence. She enters a space and immediately becomes its center. Her features are strong and sharp, her gaze expressive, her lips well-defined, and her posture generally perfect. Her beauty is open, confident, and assertive. Her gaze isn't a matter of demand but a choice. She looks straight ahead, never averting her eyes because she knows she deserves to be noticed. And people not only notice her but are captivated. Her hair is always expressive, even when short. It's thick, shiny, and textured. Hair is an important element of the Leon woman's image. She knows how to highlight her strength through her hairstyle, accessories, and details. She isn't afraid to stand out and does so with style. In her wardrobe, there's always a detail that makes an impact, a ring, shoes, a jacket. She knows how to draw attention to her appearance, and she does so with ease. Her figure is proportionate and harmonious, sometimes with pronounced curves, but the essential element is her presentation. She walks, and you can sense the gait of someone who knows her worth. Regardless of her height, weight, or build, she exudes an inner confidence that connects instantly. You don't dwell on her features, but rather on her charisma. The beauty of the Leo woman lies not in conformity, but in her influence. She creates an image of strength that needs no proof. Her voice is deep, rich, and clear. She knows how to control the atmosphere with her intonations. Even in casual conversation, her speech sounds like a declaration of confidence. At the same time, her voice can be warm and full of humor, which makes her even more attractive. Her gestures are assured and precise, her facial expressions expressive, and her pronunciation clear. A Leo woman's entire being works to present herself with dignity. Her beauty is full of energy. It depends neither on age, nor circumstances, nor lighting. Even without makeup, in simple clothes, she always makes a strong impression because her appearance conveys the message, "I deserve the best." She doesn't need approval, yet she always receives it. She's not a beauty who asks for it, but one who asserts herself. The Leo woman demands nothing. She moves forward, and all eyes follow her. The third sign is Virgo. The Virgo woman is distinguished by precise and intellectual beauty, combined with purity of form and inner clarity. Her appearance is always polished without excess, but with perfect precision. Neat points, neat hairstyle, judicious choice of accessories. Everything about her seems thoughtful without ostentation. She is a beauty who attracts attention not for her brilliance, but for her impeccable nature. She doesn't seek attention at all costs, but attention is focused on her thanks to the detail and subtlety of her image. The Virgo face is strikingly symmetrical, often with a high forehead, defined cheekbones, and a clear gaze. Her eyes are calm and observant. It is not the gaze of a person expressing their emotions, but that of someone who sees everything. She doesn't play with facial expressions, doesn't make rash gestures, but it is restraint that makes her face expressive. Is her beauty a pure, integral architecture? The Virgo woman's body is impeccable. She takes care of herself not through external pressure, but through the inner conviction that harmony begins with discipline. Her posture is upright, her movements precise, her gait light yet confident. Her figure is often slender, not necessarily fragile, but always balanced. She knows how to restrain herself, control her gestures, and demonstrate sophistication, even in the details. Her makeup is minimalist but perfectly coordinated. The tones are neutral, the lines clean. She doesn't add accents haphazardly, everything about her is subordinate to harmony. Her style is understated, classic, with meticulous attention to detail, buttons, glue, fabric. Even when simply dressed, she exudes purity and good taste. These jewels are not flashy but appear expensive. Everything about her appearance testifies to inner organization and an ability to maintain balance. The Virgo woman's voice is calm with a steady intonation. She speaks clearly and thoughtfully, without superfluous expression, and therein lies her strength. Her words are particularly laden with meaning. There is no chaos within her, and this is evident at first glance. Her beauty is like order, a universe where life is good. It is not shocking but aesthetically perfect. The Virgo woman is one whose appearance inspires admiration for its precision, purity, and ability to be impeccable without excess. The fourth sign is Scorpio. A woman born under this sign attracts attention even in complete silence. Her beauty is not limited to her features but is a whole phenomenon. Her presence is powerful, and this strength requires no words. She can stand in a crowd, and all eyes will be on her. Her facial expression is distinctive, her gaze piercing as if she sees further than necessary. Her eyes are her strength. There is neither pretense nor life in them. They read, penetrate, explore. Not every man can withstand that gaze, he will never forget it. The facial features of a woman of this sign are often sharp and expressive. Her cheekbones are high, her jaw is firm. She doesn't seek a doll-like appearance because her beauty lies in maturity, in the feeling of a woman who knows who she is. She has confidence in her walk, dignity in her posture. She doesn't need to show off her body because her energy is stronger than any outfit. And yet, even dressed in a simple dress without makeup, she remains radiant because her strength lies not in her outward radiance, but in her inner radiance. A Scorpio woman knows how to present herself in such a way that the acronym DS pops into the minds of those around her. But she isn't playing a role, she is who she is. Her gestures are precise, her speech thoughtful, her pauses magnetic. She senses danger, but that danger is alluring. She doesn't flirt, she creates tension. That's what makes her unforgettable. After interacting with her, other faces fade into the background, not through effort, but because the code of female dominance is ingrained in her. A Scorpio woman has a unique approach to beauty. She may not follow trends, but she is always more beautiful because she knows her strengths and highlights them. She isn't afraid of boldness, dark hues, subtle shades, or open solutions. But even in minimalism, she reigns supreme. Her wardrobe doesn't shout, it speaks with conviction. Her makeup doesn't attract, it hypnotizes, and she even transforms silence into style. And above all, her beauty deepens with age, as each year she gains power, awareness, and confidence. This isn't a woman who fears wrinkles, she's one for whom even wrinkles are a mark of character. Her youth resides not in her skin, but in her strength of spirit. And that's why she remains the most beautiful, even when others are already losing their radiance. Nothing can eclipse her because she shines from within. The fifth sign is Capricorn. A woman of this sign embodies impeccable taste, understated elegance, and natural nobility. Her beauty is neither provocative nor flashy, but rather austere, assertive, and truly precious. She needs neither trends nor external approval. She possesses an inherent aristocratic code that is felt in her every movement, in every glance. In a crowd, she stands out not through outward appearances, but through her inner style. She walks with confidence, as if she were aware of her own worth. And this awareness is impossible to ignore. The facial features of a woman born under this sign are clear and harmonious. She often has a noble profile, an expressive chin, firm eyebrows, and a pensive gaze. Her skin may be porcelain and her hair perfectly styled, but that's not the point. The point is her bearing. Even in a simple jacket, she looks like a woman of noble birth. Even in casual attire, she resembles the heroine of an unattainable dream. Her appearance reflects her inner dignity, which she never displays intentionally. It simply feels like it. The Capricorn woman is a rare example of beauty that doesn't fade but grows stronger. Over the years, her face becomes more expressive, her gaze and her gait more stately. She knows how to be both strict and gentle, cool and warm, but always genuine. She doesn't play games. She lives in harmony with herself. Her beauty is understated because she doesn't need a mask. She can be silent and yet be heard. She can be invisible and yet remain the center of attention. Her strength lies in minimalism. Her beauty lies in her self-assurance. She has a keen sense of style. She doesn't seek flashiness but always stands out from the crowd. She favors natural materials, simple shapes, and clean lines. These details contribute to the image of a woman who knows she has everything under control. She doesn't waste time on ostentation. She dedicates it to improvement, and the result is perfect. Her appearance reflects discipline, intelligence, and high standards. That's why she always captivates. And finally, what makes her beauty incomparable is the energy of her independence. A Capricorn woman is about being alone and not losing herself. She doesn't need the admiration of others to be beautiful. She is beautiful because she is true to herself. She doesn't wonder how things should be. She decides what is right, and this is reflected in her gaze. In that gaze, there is a metallic coolness, confidence, and an inaccessibility that drives men wild. She is not just beautiful, she is the benchmark.